A Final Fantasy game that was only released in Japan is finally making its way to our liberty-soaked shores. Here's Final Fantasy III. Chocobos, magic crystals, and enemies that can be defeated with either fire or ice, but not both, because that would be crazy. They all live in the world of old-school RPGs, the world of Final Fantasy III, a classic game reimagined for the DS. Yes, there was already a Final Fantasy III, which was actually Final Fantasy III here, but Final Fantasy VI in Japan. This Final Fantasy III is a remake of the Japanese Final Fantasy III, which was never released here. Regardless, it has nothing to do with the oft-overlooked Final Fantasy Operation Miami Beach. Final Fantasy III is an old-style RPG that may lack some of the flash and deep plot of its modern siblings, but thanks to a little technological sprucing up and an oh-so-useful save almost anywhere function, it's easy to overlook its flaws and concentrate on the fact that it's a satisfying handheld RPG. This time around, the characters have deeper backstories as opposed to simply being random adventurers. For instance, some of them are orphans. The greatest of all action hero archetypes. And thanks to a little 3D magic, they kind of look like those figurines your Aunt Pam buys at Hallmark. Figurines of orphans. The combat in Final Fantasy III is the standard turn-based you hit me, I hit you, he cures him with a potion scenario. But you're gonna be doing it a lot. Sometimes it feels like you can't step 2 feet without running into a goblin. But isn't that true of so many things? The game is kept fresh by the character's ability to learn new skills and climb to new job classifications. And if you're wondering, what sort of job could an orphan get? Then you're a terrible person. By today's RPG standards, Final Fantasy III is basic. Run from place to place on a big map, talk to villagers, and fight no less than 1, no more than 3 monsters at a time. But here's the thing. When a game is meant to be played anywhere, simplicity is actually a good thing. I mean, do you really want to attempt to absorb everything from a Final Fantasy XII cutscene in the laundromat while some guy yells, "You gotta put the detergent in the top," to his deaf grandma? I didn't think so. For that reason, Final Fantasy III for the DS gets a 4 out of 5.
The resemblance between early Final Fantasy characters and Precious Moments figurines has always made me feel like there's some sort of plot.
To make us love Jesus through blue magecraft?
Possibly, but I feel like the forces of Adorable are mounting, and when they come, we'll be powerless to stop them.